Good morning, Joyofquilting here. I started doing some ruler work. I'm only quite a beginner at this. And this is a quilt I made. It's the Lynn Edwards, mainly the Lynn Edwards sampler quilt. It was quilt as you go, so I quilted all the blocks as I went, but I hadn't done the sashing. So I got myself some rulers and a foot, and I started doing ruler work in the sashing. So I wanted to give you some tips on that this morning. Okay, first of all, I've got the right foot for my machine. I'm working on a Bernina 750, and this is the Bernina number 72 foot. So you need to get the right foot for your machine, and also the right sized rulers. There's different depths. I did a class with Crafts here, which was really good and showed you lots of different things you can do with ruler work. And I made a lot of samples. But actually, when you start on a big quilt, it is a bit different to working on samples. So I wanted to show you, or share with you this morning, what I found. The big learning curve for me was learning to keep the foot up against the ruler, because as I was going along, I was slightly moving away from the ruler. So I needed to learn to keep this up against the edge of the ruler, and also to keep the ruler still. Now I've got some little sticky sort of bits on my ruler to help hold it, but you need more than that. You need more than that, I found. So I found that when I was holding the ruler, okay, as I was coming along, my ruler was moving like that. So the best thing I found for me is to put at least half of my hand onto the quilt and just have the two fingers on my ruler, and sort of part of my hand, that part of my hand for me is up against the ruler, stopping the ruler from moving, because when I had it mostly with just one finger on, I was just wandering off. I mean, maybe that's just me, I don't know. Anyway, these rulers have got little registration marks on it. There's one there, there's one there, there's one at the top and the bottom of each curve on this scallop. So I'm only a learner, so I'm only going to go from one to the next, because the other thing I found was if you stop to reposition halfway down, you don't know where the ruler should be if you move it. So if you stop at one of these points, you know exactly where the ruler should be. Even if it moves, you can put it back. So I'm going to start now, my fingers off there, and holding, not holding, but pressing against the ruler, or the ruler pressing against my hand so it can't move. So here we go. So I need to keep the foot now against the ruler. That's the thing, is to keep the foot, for me, was to keep the foot against the ruler. I've come to a registration mark, and I'm only a learner, so I'm going to stop there, and that's where I'm going to move my hand slightly. The next registration mark is up here, and I'm looking further down the ruler to make sure I'm still in line to where I want to be, because at that point you can move it. Making sure that's in line. There's my registration mark there. I've moved my hand down, and I'm going to move to the next one. Okay, and then I'm going to stop and reposition the ruler slightly. But what I found is I needed a lot of my hand on here, you know, and I need to make sure that I don't let that wander away from the edge of the ruler. So I hope that helps you somewhat. Bye.